Hey guys, welcome back to Nathan Talks. Actually back this time, but due to some guest stars, we had to cut our budget a little bit.
Which says a lot because we're not getting paid.
No, actually, please help.
Hey guys, welcome back to Nathan Talks. I'm Nathan, and I'm here with Carissa and Bree, and we're gonna be talking about childhood cartoons today, and like how we remember them. So, starting us off, what's your guys' favorite cartoon, or like I guess kids show from when you were younger?
I don't think I can point out like a specific one where I was like, this is it, this is my entire childhood. But there's definitely a lot of them that I can recall being like really influential in my afternoon moods back then.
Gotcha. So like after school, does that like
Yeah.
kind of when you're watching your children's programming?
Yeah. I didn't have the privilege of drinking chocolate milk like some people every day though.
The after school chocolate milk and bowl of pretzels is a staple in my childhood personally. Bree, are there any specific cartoons?
Yes, there was, but okay. When I was a kid, I remember.
When I was a kid.
I remember very vividly.
Back in the day.
In the good old days. I remember being like ripped off as a child. I was like upset because PBS Kids would play Word Girl like once a week. Like literally like Fridays, and I would I'd have to like race to find Word Girl.
I think it's really funny that like TikTok is bringing Word Girl back. Like, have you seen that?
Yes, I have seen that actually. No, there's a lot of like things I remember as a child that like every once in a while TikTok will just resurface and I just remember it so vividly. But it's like at the same time, like evidently not vividly enough to remember it this whole time.
Mm-hmm. I was big on like Pokemon when I was a kid.
Me too.
Yeah.
Like coming home after school, I would there would always be like 2 episodes of Pokemon, and then I would like switch over to Disney Channel for the rest of it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Glad you had cable. I did not.
I had cable at my grandparents' house, but not at my.
Yeah, no, that was like a mutual experience. Like your parents pulled through. Yeah.
With that DirecTV kind of vibe.
I know, actually.
No, I remember because I was always either Disney Channel or PBS for me, and like both of them specifically like my favorite one for Disney Channel, which I think it was more Disney XD than it was Disney Channel, was Phineas and Ferb.
Yes, sir.
Phineas and Ferb was my favorite.
I've never watched that. Like to this day, I've not seen an episode of Phineas and Ferb.
Oh my gosh.
I was a Nickelodeon kid
That explains a
until until SpongeBob went off of Nickelodeon. Like when it would like stop playing, then I'd have to switch to Cartoon Network.
Gotcha. I never watched SpongeBob.
I
think I've seen maybe one episode.
SpongeBob.
I think all 3 of us are like physical evidence that like cartoons do rot your brain. They do make you like a terrible person. Like,
Well, no, because when I was at my house, which was like a lot because I lived there, but no,
Wow.
when I would watch TV at my house, I would watch Bob Ross because like on like the Cozy Channel or whatever it was, he would be on painting, and I was like bequeathed at the time. Like watching him paint, like it was really crazy.
I'm sorry, that was a 10-cent word right there.
She was bequeathed.
I was not ready for that at all.
Ready for it
No,
either.
little me wasn't ready for that show. Honestly.
Literally, you just didn't know how to cope with Bob Ross's just.
I loved Bob Ross. I still do, but I think Bob Ross shaped me as a person.
That's a quote right there. Bob Ross shaped me.
Was it? Didn't you like get a Funko Pop of him after he died?
Yeah. But I watched him before he died. And now there's actually a Bob Ross channel. So.
Really?
Yeah.
Like on YouTube?
No, like
on
a
people.
TV channel that like plays. It's called the Bob Ross channel, and it plays Bob Ross.
I watched a lot of
24/7.
like
Yep.
That's great.
Cartoon Network.
I did too, actually.
Like Adventure Time was kind of hype.
What did I
I
watch?
never watched that either. When I was little, Cartoon Network was like off-brand, like Nickelodeon to me. I don't know where that like idea came from. Just like that's what I thought.
Do you remember? Because I know there was Cartoon Network, but there was also like
Boomerang?
Boomerang. Do you
Boomerang.
remember Boomerang?
I do.
Yeah.
No, because I remember in the mornings, like I wouldn't watch like the regular like I would watch Boomerang. It's like either I was watching PBS Kids with Wild Kratts in the morning,
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
or I was watching Boomerang with like Scooby Doo.
Oh, I watch Scooby-Doo sometimes.
Boomerang would come on and like sometimes it would be like the Jetsons, and I only remember
Is that-
remember the robot maid. Like that's all I got.
The way I remember, because I always thought like the Jetsons and the Flintstones, like I literally thought
Existed
that,
in the same. I think they had
Yeah.
crossover episodes, legitimately.
how in the
Actually-
world do you have a crossover episode?
Time travel, dude.
That's so weird.
Oh my gosh, wait, this might be off topic, but time travel. You know the one SpongeBob episode?
Shut up.
No,
You're
no,
done.
no. The SpongeBob episode that's like SB, and then it's like a number, and like Squidward is in the time machine, and then he goes to the Chrome world.
I
And then
remember
there's,
what
like,
you're
the
talking
shapes,
about.
the squares, and then like SpongeBob is a gorilla. It feels fake. I kid you not. It is like not real.
I'm gonna need you to like in the video put like a clip of like that entire episode on like 10 times speed.
I'm gonna need to try to find that. Yeah.
No, it exists. Like I know it does. And
Bree's
it's like
just on
not
acid.
like no, literally that episode. It was like
what did that do to your
it
young
was like
mind?
one of those episodes that I couldn't process it when I was little, and so like it really like kept me up at night.
I think like SpongeBob episodes like just like progressively got more abstract. Like they were running out of ideas, so they're like,
Do you guys remember the one where like they're like it's a gorilla and like they unzip the gorilla and it's like Patrick and then they
Yes.
unzip Patrick and it's like SpongeBob and then it turns out to be the gorilla all along.
SpongeBob just
Or
like
maybe
got
not.
into metaphysics without even meaning to. Like
the fact I've never seen SpongeBob and I have no idea what either of you guys are talking about right now.
It
I,
was
I think all of it was just like a philosophical experiment on children. And
it's
that was it.
insane.
I feel like honestly for a lot of cartoons, like if you try and describe them to people, like they have no idea what you're talking about
Yeah.
unless you've seen the show.
It sounds insane, yeah.
Yeah, because it's like if I like was talking about Phineas and Ferb and like you haven't seen Phineas and Ferb, so if I was like talking about like the giant floating baby head or whatever, like you have no idea what that is. But like if you've seen the show, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah, what is with
Yeah.
kids shows and like the whole time travel dynamic? Because there was like an entire movie of Phineas and Ferb based on that.
Oh yeah, it was about the second dimension.
Yeah, and like the other
I love
Dr.
that one.
Doofenshmirtz who was slightly more evil.
That was so. Can we talk about songs in children's shows?
Songs?
Yeah, songs.
Like
Okay.
like in Phineas and Ferb, like
The intro went hard.
the intro was hard, but
The
like
intro,
there was a new song every episode.
really?
Yeah, for Phineas and Ferb, there was
The
a new
intro
song
for
every
Phineas
episode.
and Ferb is like my plank song. Cause like for track, we like instead of like holding planks for a minute, we sing the Phineas and Ferb song.
And yet you never watched it.
No, I just like know the song because it's well known. And then
Agree.
like the records on my fingers song.
Hey, Bree.
Everyone knows that.
Hey,
Hey,
cope.
okay.
Try
You say the
harder.
records on my fingers. Is that
Yeah,
the platypus
the, like-
controlling me? Well,
Yes, yeah, the Doctor.
Dr. Doofenshmirtz.
Yes.
Okay, the jingle is iconic. The Doofenshmirtz evil.
The way that
incorporated.
like Dr. Doofenshmirtz had like so much family drama later on, like what
His
was going on?
backstory was so funny.
Yes, there was always a new one too. It was
Yeah.
like
It's like some of them are just like, hey, like his parents didn't. Neither of his parents show up to his birth, so it's like literally just a doctor holding him.
literally like one time he's like, oh, my mom made a dress because she wanted a little girl, and then it's like,
And then-
like what was he? He wanted to get rid of all dresses or something.
I don't know. I think he was like, wait, no, I remember this episode because he was talking about how like his mom made a ton of dresses or whatever, expecting a girl, and then his brother Roger was born, so then he had to wear all the dresses because they couldn't like waste
Yeah.
fabric or whatever. So then like he like made a nader to put everyone in a ball gown or something like that.
Like that's a problem. Like we couldn't all use an extra ball gown.
Honestly,
Honestly,
dude, like think
the
about.
Skylar sisters need ball gowns.
Actually,
Dude, think about this though. Like some of his inventions could save you so much money.
Like some of them were just like public good. Like,
Yeah.
and he was just like, oh, everyone will be so upset that I've given them this insert free thing, and everybody's just like,
Yeah. It was like the did you ever see the one special or whatever where all of them go to Australia? Or no, it was Africa. They all went to Africa.
I think
And
so.
then like Carl like turned evil or something.
Carl,
Dude, Carl was such a
bro,
great character.
Carl.
No.
The general.
Oh, Major Monogram.
Yeah, Major Monogram was so. I just got that joke.
See, this was me when you guys were talking about SpongeBob.
well, it's not my fault you weren't like a SpongeBob kid. Like,
It's not our fault that you weren't a Phineas and Ferb kid. That is how
Okay,
women in STEM are made.
but you
Phineas
know
and
what?
Ferb.
The Phineas and Ferb things you're describing is giving Fairly Odd Parents.
I
Like,
love
it's
Fairly
very
Odd
same
Parents.
vibe. And
Yeah.
I watched Fairly Odd Parents. I was
Timmy Turner.
Timmy
Timmy Turner.
I think like
Fairly Odd
I
Parents.
definitely feel like 8-year-old me definitely had like a crush on Timmy Turner, but that might be like a fake memory. I don't know.
No, you seem to remember that quite well. like out of everything you remember, it's like I don't remember what it was about, but I do remember
what it
Timmy.
was about because it was
Timmy.
Oh my
like
god.
Wanda and
New Wanda.
was it Wanda? Was that the like
It was
girl fairy?
yeah, it was Wanda and Cosmo.
Cosmo.
No, yeah, I dressed up as Cosmo for Halloween.
Yeah.
Getting a little bit more back on track. So Bree, you said your favorite show when you were a kid was
Well, okay. My favorite show when I was little was either Bob Ross or Word Girl. But Word Girl when it was on and Bob Ross after school. Because before school, the only thing on was PBS Kids, and I'm sure they played Wild Kratts, but I only remember Cat in the Hat. So like Cat in the Hat was the before school routine.
I remember that. And Carissa, if you had to pick, what was one of your favorite, or like a couple of your favorites?
A couple of my favorites. Well, to be honest with you, I didn't watch like a whole lot of like cable cartoons unless I was at my grandparents' house. And then the rest of the time we had like VHS tapes and like illegally pirated like Disney CDs. We don't talk about that though. Like they were like, okay, like somebody else has to have experiences. They're like these discs that say 2008. They have all the Disney characters around them.
Yeah.
But they're these discs of like there's like 8 movies on a disc. Like that you select from. Not all of them are Disney. And some of them are like recorded in theaters, like these badly pirated movies. It's so funny, bro.
I did not have that because when I was little, my parents were like very into. It was when like Disney movies were still in the vault.
Oh yeah.
And they were like very very into like collecting all the Disney like DVDs before they would get vaulted. So
And
they
now
would
they-
like stop selling
Do you
them.
not know what the vault is?
Yeah.
The Disney vault.
And so like I vividly remember I think it was Snow White. My mom bought like 6 versions of Snow White before it was like the real Disney version of it. And I just remember her like struggling to get that DVD. So I did not have
And now all of that's out the window with Disney
now
Plus.
it's all sick.
I feel like children's programming as a whole has gone way downhill after like kind of our childhood range.
Hey, I want to talk
Childhood
about
is
like
repeat.
a live action show I hated as a kid and I still hate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jessie.
Really?
Hate it.
I watched
When
this
I was little, I thought Jessie was like an adult show. Like I thought it was like inappropriate. So when Summer like let me watch Jessie, like as if she like
I know she's the boss of you.
I felt like that I just name dropped her. So hi. Anyways, when
She's gonna comment those down below, I'm
Yeah.
sure.
when she introduced me to Jessie on my living room TV, I was like terrified that my parents were gonna yell at me.
Really?
Yeah, like
Dude, that was me with SpongeBob. I feel like my
SpongeBob
parents
was
didn't
low-key
allow me to.
inappropriate.
Yeah, I feel like my parents didn't allow me to
I
watch
wasn't
SpongeBob.
supposed to, but
My
like,
dad
they
thought
didn't
it
have
was
enough time in the day
hilarious.
to like. My parents didn't have enough time in the day to be like, "You're watching SpongeBob," but they were like, "Don't watch SpongeBob," but I did anyways. So. But I didn't like Jessie, and I never have, never will, because like the jokes in it are just so dry, and it feels like they're trying to press something that like isn't actually funny, and the jokes are all just like, it is funny because Ravi is Indian. Do you understand the joke? Ravi is Indian.
Like the laugh track.
Yes. And then like, Jessie, they call her old, but she's not really old. She is quite attractive, but they tell her otherwise.
No,
That is the joke.
I feel like-
Emma is blonde.
because I feel like that's for a lot of like younger shows. Like if you go back and rewatch them, like it will ruin like what you originally thought of that show. Because like watching it back, like when you were a kid, funniest thing you've ever seen in your life. Watching it as an adult, why did I ever like this?
You know what? I feel maybe I might be wrong because I haven't watched it in a long time, but I feel like Bumped was really good.
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
I feel like just oh my gosh.
My bad. My bad. Maybe like the first season was like okay, but like after once you get to like the second and third, it just went like.
Well, like
Well, because once
grit.
all the like original Jessie kids started leaving, it just like sucked.
Emma and the one camp counselor's relationship.
Oh,
had,
that
like, a grip on me.
yeah, the
when I was
new
little.
guy, like
Yeah.
the guy that was introduced
The
for
one
the
who
Bumped
played
cast.
guitar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
was it
Yeah, I bet.
Xander?
I bet.
Xander, I think yeah.
Okay, Twilight introduced me to like my romance phase when I was little.
This is a little outside
We're
of the
not-
childhood
We're not
range
gonna
here,
get-
Brie.
We're not get. No, I watched Twilight as a child.
Wait, like how old?
I was probably younger than I should have been. Like Twilight isn't inappropriate, but
Well, it's
like.
not inappropriate, but it's also
I'm
like.
sorry,
But
but
I was like small and it was on Netflix and I was like in my. I vividly remember this. I'm sorry that it's off topic, but I was like in my little pillow fort.
sorry.
And we were on.
Hold up.
We're still bankrupt.
Back to
You
my
guys still aren't getting paid.
my Twilight experience.
Yes.
Little me, I was probably in 4th grade.
Fourth grade?
Me in my pillow fort, scrolling through Netflix, and I saw Twilight, and I had heard of Twilight before.
Mhm.
Like it had existed.
I think it's a really healthy thing for 4th grade you to have
Um,
romanticized a guy like watching a girl while she slept. I think that was a
No,
really good
I
thing
was
for you.
just like,
Yeah.
I liked Twilight.
It's so weird, dude.
You haven't even gotten to like the good part yet.
Yeah.
With the good part where he's like, I'm not who you think I am.
No,
No.
like the intense scene and then like prom.
What scene is not intense in Twilight? That's my question.
the prom scene is just so like.
The prom is like the like solemn. Is that the right word? Like
Solemn?
yes.
Solemn.
Like
Solemn.
Solemn.
calm. I'm really pulling up with the vocab today, but
Yes.
like just like
Our
The one
AP English
song.
teacher is very proud of us right
Yeah.
now. What's a cartoon that you like you watched as a kid, but you went back, watched it again, and you were like, this is awful. Why did I watch this?
Oh god.
I didn't watch this, but whoever created Lazy Town, I would like to have words with them.
I watched Lazy Town.
I really had to
I
suffer
know
through
what.
my brother's Lazy Town phase.
It's not a cartoon, but Bible Man.
I didn't watch it.
You know.
Okay.
You know.
I have a sort of controversial one. Did either of you watch Good Luck Charlie?
No,
No.
but everyone loves that show.
I don't like it. I think its humor is really dry. It like that's how it came
That
across
entire
to me.
era was kind of dry.
I have
if I'm being
two.
honest.
It had good storylines, but it wasn't. Yeah.
Is there a second one? Isn't there like a sequel to Good Luck Charlie?
I don't think so.
That was off topic of what I was saying.
Oh, are we talking about live action right now? Like.
Yeah.
I have one oh no, this is live action. Yo Gabba Gabba.
Oh!
Dude, that's
Why
like
did the one like spiky one exist?
Why did any of them exist?
that's like a Teletubbies ripoff. I feel
Yeah,
like
Teletubbies is creepy.
it is creepy.
It's terrible.
All of those like ones with big mascot, like Barney, like anything with
I
like a
loved
big
Barney.
mascot. Like
I
was
loved Barney's
creepy.
Big Adventure. It was like my favorite movie ever.
Really?
I was really young.
That explains a lot.
Mm.
I feel like you're just suddenly roasting Bree. Kind of like transitioning cartoons. Because I know we talked about Word Goer for a little bit. We talked about SpongeBob and Phineas and Ferb.
Fairly Odd Parents.
Fairly Odd
We
Parents.
touched on for a second. Like Fairly Odd Parents, like the only thing that killed me about Fairly Odd Parents is like there were such simple solutions to the problems that he had, and he had to go like way around the point to like get to it. So it was almost like hard to watch at points. But I think overall, like the humor in Fairly Odd Parents like surpassed all of like the
Yeah.
Disney XD era as a whole.
I have a. No, you go first.
Okay, I only vividly remember the one babysitter that I think he had a crush on, and then
Vicky?
He did not have a crush on
No.
or was she the mean one?
No,
was a
she was the
mean
mean
one.
Okay,
one.
I remember her existing, and then there was like the absolutely like buff fairy
Oh, the.
in like the weird fairy world that he would
Wait,
go
hold
to.
on, hold on.
Yes,
Do you remember
He
Doug?
had the rules.
Yeah, the rules.
The rules.
Okay, but there's one character that's like it's been resurfacing all the time. Do you remember Doug Dimmadome?
Yes.
The owner of Doug's Dimmadome.
Doug Dimmadome.
He had the massive hat that was always out
I
of
feel
frame.
Yeah, I know. Like I know
The Fairly Odd Parents
exists,
movie.
but
The movie.
There's a movie?
I didn't know that.
Yes, there was a movie.
I
It was-
didn't know there was a movie.
Okay, I cannot be the only one who remembers this movie. The
No,
like plot of
I
this
don't.
movie is like he somehow meets like an older version of himself, and they like break the fourth wall a bunch with like this remote that can
Yeah.
like allow them to go forward and backwards. And there's like this whole moment where they keep going back in time, forward in time, they make like this, like they're falling down on credits at one point, and they're like, why are they moving so fast? And they say, because nobody cares about the credits. And like it was like it's a movie, I swear. Like this was not just like a dream
What
of
if it doesn't
mine.
exist and Carissa's just like vividly remembering?
There was like a buff Timmy Turner. Like,
I need to
as an
find
adult.
out if this is a thing or not.
Like he had like a gladiator battle with like another character.
I don't
Can I
remember
look
this.
this up? Is that
Please,
allowed?
yes,
Like,
it
are you allowed
exists.
to
I
have
swear to God,
tech
it
on Nathan
exists.
Talks?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
No,
No,
it's
I'm
okay.
joking. But while you're looking that up, I have a show. I don't know if any of you watched it. It was on PBS Kids, and it was a combination of animation and live action. Do you remember Fetch with Rough Rough?
Yes. Yes.
I
that was so
loved
hype.
that show. I wanted to be on that
Was
show.
it
Me
live
too.
action?
Desperately.
The movie?
Yes. No. Like the live action, like where they did challenges and stuff.
No, the
No, the
Fairly
Fairly
Odd
Odd
movie.
No.
It's like part live
This is
action. Part.
insane.
I'm literally not. No, that's not the movie. That came out later.
Why is he like an old man?
No.
Like, why is Timmy like 30?
Please, I swear to God, this exists.
I just bonked my head.
Yes, it does.
There's like 8 of them too.
Oh my gosh.
The Fairly Odd Christmas and the Fairly
Why
Odd
is
Summer.
there a whole like
They're
franchise
all
of
live
Fairly
action.
Odd Parents stuff?
Oh my gosh, guys, do you remember the live action Elvin and the Chipmunks?
I do.
Like Elvin and the Chipmunks Chipwrecked?
All of them were live action.
No, it was just the
There's a
chipmunks were
cartoon
like
now.
CGI.
Oh.
Yeah.
There's a cartoon now.
Yeah, there's a cartoon.
There was like 3 movies where they were like CGI.
I
like,
just
the
remember
original.
Shipwrecked. Like they're on the cruise.
Yeah, I
That's all
remember
you
that one.
remember.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah,
The Chipettes were my idol
the chip
in
hats.
3rd grade.
The chip hats.
I hated the Chipmunks.
They were just like the same exact people as like the
Exactly.
actual.
Yeah.
It's like they were too
chipmunks.
lazy to create actual characters.
Yeah, no, they were just carbon copies.
Yeah,
Actually,
they
yeah.
literally said like invert image, and like that was what it was.
They just like gave
They just gave them
eyelashes.
dresses.
Yeah,
Yeah, for
gave
real.
them
Yeah.
dresses and eyelashes.
Dresses
and
that
they're
like didn't cover anything a dress could cover.
they were chipmunks.
Well, I know, but that's
They
like the
had
point.
like
Like,
to have room for their tails.
no, there was like no point for them wearing a skirt because
Yeah.
like it didn't.
No, it
Like
wasn't.
it wasn't functioning as a skirt. Like, I'm not saying
Yeah.
the chipmunks aren't modest enough. It was just weird that they were wearing a skirt.
Those chipmunks.
I do not want to see chipmunk.
Anyways, moving on.
Oh.
Family friendly entertainment.
Kind of to wrap this up. What are some final thoughts we have about the cartoons we've revisited?
I know that I was not hallucinating about that movie, and I will find it. I swear to God, there's no way that I made that good of a joke about the credits on my own. Like, come on, guys, I'm not that funny.
Alright, Bree, any final thoughts?
No.
No thinking.
No.
Why are we coming back?
Because I have one more I thought of, and I can't think of what it's called. Okay. It like seems not real, but it's the the show where like everything is a word.
What?
Oh, I know what you're
Super
talking
White!
about.
Wait, I thought you
Yeah,
were talking
Super
about.
White.
Super
I
White.
thought
And they
you were
have like the
talking
big
about.
tablet.
I thought you were talking about Word World.
No.
No, I think it's Super Y.
Do you guys
Yeah.
go to the Purple Place?
What?
Okay.
If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like down below. And if you want to see more from Nathan Talks, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell so you never miss another video. So, big thanks to Carissa and Bree for joining me for this video.
Mm-hmm. Make sure to comment what your favorite cartoon is, or if you just want us to stop talking. Both work.
Yeah.
Give us a like though. Thank you.
See ya.
Thanks.